Good morning, dear hearts. We are on review lesson 120. Please subscribe. We are, with today's lesson, completing our third review in the workbook. So that is monumental in and of itself. Tomorrow we will be getting new lessons, and they are big ones. Some of them are really going to be challenging to our current thought system. So the videos will very likely, many of them, be longer than the review lessons have been. And as I've said a few times, buckle up, because again, these are going to be, our new lessons are going to be ones that truly are going to challenge the current thought system that we've been operating with for oh so many years. But our two lessons we are reviewing today, both of them are favorites. And the first one is I rest in God, and the second one is I am as God created me. Of course, we've had them before, so they sound familiar. But the second one in particular, that I am as God created me, we have had, and I've said this many times, already exactly in this form as lesson 94. And it will be repeated one more time, part one of the workbook, exactly in this form. I am as God created me. It was first a giant stride, but these lessons, these review lessons, as we complete them, are truly big advances in our journey home, as it is. So I rest in God. I rest in God today. My acronym, remember, I introduced to you, if you hadn't already heard it, remain eternally still today. I want to do that. I want to be in stillness with my Father today. I rest in my Father today, and I let Him work in me and through me while I rest in Him in quiet and in perfect certainty. That is one of the attributes, the qualities of our Father. He is certain. God is certain. There is no doubt, there's no chaos, there's no turmoil. There is certainty. I know that I know. This is the quality of our Father. There is the knowingness. This is why knowledge is of God, because there is certainty. And only with true knowledge are we truly certain. Furniture moving time. Are we truly certain? God is that creative force, that strength that came forth and extended itself in order for us to be created, to come into beingness, which leads me to our second lesson, that I am as God created me. I love this lesson, as I've said before, and I'm sure I'll say again, because we'll have it again, but the I am statement, and we have several I am lessons throughout the workbook, but as I always say, the I am statement is so powerful. It is a declaration of beingness. It is a declaration of whatever comes after it. I am as God created me. We can also transform the I am to I know. I know that I am as God created me. I know God created me. There is no doubt in my mind. There is that certainty that God created me. I am God's son. I am God's child. And today I will lay aside all sick illusions of myself, all of those substitutes that we've spoken of recently, all of those substitutes that I made about myself, all of the false images that I made about myself. Today I will lay all of them aside, and I will allow my Father to tell me who I really am. I am resting in my Father, and I am allowing my Father to communicate with me, that I will truly hear. I will listen. I will listen to God's voice. I have the ability to listen to God's voice all through the day. I will be still and listen to the truth. The truth is, I am as God created me, and now that I have truly heard his voice, I am certain and I know that God created me. These are the abilities, this is the wisdom that we are gathering up from these lessons. And this is what will give us the impetus to move forward. When we understand these qualities, when we begin to understand who we really are, what we really are, where we came from, how we came into this beingness that we claim that we have, then I become very happy. I have an amazing amount of ease and peace around who I am. I'm leaving the turmoil, the chaos of the ego mind. I'm going into a space of stillness. I'm going into a space of certainty and quiet. And as I go into that space, that quietude, that tranquility of my mind connecting and being, and I know that it is indeed one with my Father's, now I can be a happy learner. And as I say at Janitism, happy learners learn happily. I am happy to learn. I am happy to go forward with these new lessons that will be presented to me. And I will, because I am in this state of happiness and certainty and trust and stillness, I will have my mind open to accepting these new thoughts, these new ideas that are being presented to me, and indeed presented, gifted to us. I have in the past likened these, actually both of these two review lessons, to our last of the first 50, lesson 50, that I am sustained by the love of God. And that particular lesson is one lesson that it tells us it's the answer to every problem. And any problem that has confronted us today, tomorrow, or throughout time, if I understand indeed I am sustained by the love of God, it means that I am also claiming and understanding that I am as God created me. I am sustained by the love of God because I was created by the love of God. And lesson 50 told us that only the love of God will protect us in all circumstances. And it ensures us that all of these illusions will be let go. And we're not to put our faith into them because they will fall away. But we will put our faith and our trust instead in this idea that indeed I am sustained by the love of God. I rest in God. And I truly am as God created me. So that's it. The review is done. Tomorrow, new lessons. I hope this helped. Remember the 5 minutes morning and evening. Remember on the hour, I rest in God. On the half hour, I am as God created me. I hope you do these lessons, these reviews happily. And maybe especially today because I see these two lessons in particular as very happy lessons, really good information to gather into ourself with a big S. Okay, please like, please share, please subscribe, please smile at this good news and take in a deep breath and understand that indeed you are as God created you. Let everything that tells you otherwise, let that go. And just pray that this recognition comes to all minds as quickly as possible. Namaste.